All right, welcome back, everybody. We're your hosts, Eddie, and this is
Andy.
Okay. And for this week's episode of Sim Center Bloopers, man, do we have some good ones for you today?
Yes, we do, Eddie. But before we jump into the videos, let's check out some of the highlights.
Yeah, so we need to walk everybody through the steps so they understand what they're getting into. So first, the intro.
Ah, yes, the intro.
Right. There's a lot of steps. Got to make sure you're introducing yourself, knocking, washing your hands, sitting down, telling them how long you're going to be there. There's a lot of things going on.
So, Eddie, what could possibly go wrong?
You would think not much, but let's take a closer look.
Oh yeah, it's recording. Should we start? Like, it says recorded.
Yes.
I mean, this just is not off to a good start. I mean, do you even think that she knows that she's yelling?
Wait, what do you mean, Andy? She sounded normal to me. Well, that was pretty poor technique, to be honest. That was not a good look for Aloha.
I mean, you got to have a more secure way to carry your writing utensils, Eddie. It's just, it's simple.
Can you give us maybe a potential example of how one would carry them?
Off the top of my head, I can't really think of it.
Yeah, I don't have any either. It's pretty difficult. There's pockets on the white coats. You can slip a few extra ones in there, but here's a key for you future participants. When that pen falls, leave it. It's gone. You'll never get it back.
Just leave it.
All right, let's see who our next screw-up is.
Hi, Brian. Brian, okay. Awesome. Well, hi, sorry.
Well, that was not a great look. So, if we analyze this clip, what us in the industry would most likely consider this would be too much blood in the biceps, not enough blood in the brain.
Yeah, Eddie, which makes me think, do you think maybe we have a little too much blood in our brains right now, not enough in our biceps?
Yeah, we should probably work on it. So then, nah.
Well, yeah. I mean, apologize for that, folks. All the blood did indeed leave our brain and go to our biceps. But we're back to talk about maybe the most important part of an interview, Eddie, and that is the hand sanitizer. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's definitely the most important part of the encounter, but there's a lot of decisions. Do you just go with the classic hand pump, that's right on the counter, or do you roll the dice and go for the door pump? What do you think, Andy?
The door pump, I've never seen anything good come from the door pump. As we'll see in this next clip, I think it could be a nightmare, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to take a look.
I am very excited to see that.
I am a student doctor working with Dr. Smith today. If it's okay with you, I'd like to ask you a few questions about what brings you in here today. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and talk to Dr. Smith about that, and then I'll come back in and we can discuss some more options for you. Okay. Does that sound good? Mm-hmm.
I guess you can never be too clean, right, Eddie?
Yeah, some may criticize Brenda for her hand cleaning techniques, but in the COVID era we're living in, you can never be too clean. Me and Andy haven't washed our hands in a while, but we'll get around to it soon enough and probably use the skills that Brenda has displayed for us as an example.
There is one skill that I know you particularly have been working on besides the hand washing, and that is the sitting in the chair. Would you like to demonstrate for the viewers back home exactly how you've perfected this art?
So this is truly an art. So There's a lot of movements, and just follow what I do here.
He is a professional, folks. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next clip.
So what's been going on today? Why are we looking today? First thing we'll do.
All right.
Yeah. Just take a couple minutes and then I will go reconvene with Dr. Smith and we will all go back and talk together. Does that sound good? Yes. All right. Oh, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Man, Eddie, those were rough, especially that last one. We'll check in on her in a few days, folks, and get back to you with an injury report.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Andy. So fortunately, these were all during IPC 1, where it's only the introduction, really. So let's see if these got any better. What do you think?
Yeah, one way to find out, Eddie. Let's get on to the interview.
I mean, I guess, like, because I'm not really moving it right now, it's fine. But, like, if I'm actively, like, messing with it, then yes, like, that makes it worse.
Does anything make it better? Like if you levitate your knee at all? Or like levitate your knee at all? Levitate your knee at all? Or...
So, as you can see, our friend is talking about levitation. And that is a little bit questionable in the medical field as of today. Speaking of which, how's your pelvis from the 18-wheeler incident?
Yeah, that thing came out of nowhere. But I tell you what, it's starting to get a little better, I think, Eddie. Thanks for asking.
Yeah. Should we demonstrate some levitation potential right now?
If you must, yes.
All right, let's do it. Hold it. Okay. All right.
Man, that was tough.
Yeah, that was tough. So, speaking of pelvises, what's the next part of the interview?
I believe it's sexual health, Eddie. Nothing could go wrong there, right?
I don't think so.
So within the past 6 months, how many partners would you say you've had?
I'd say probably about 4.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Just with your husband? Or? Okay. And nothing of interest there as well?
Yeah.
Pretty unremarkable.
You know, Eddie, there's probably just some things you shouldn't say when asking a patient about their sexual health.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Things like ha 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 and cool, probably off the table.
Yeah, so things like awesome and unremarkable probably on the same list there.
Yeah, I think so. Speaking of unremarkable, what did that last guy say? I'm not sure I caught it.
I believe it was unremarkable, which moves us into our next topic. Now time for the physical exam and closing remarks here, Eddie. What do we think?
You would think not much could go wrong, but I guess we'll go to the next video and find out.
Okay, do you mind lifting up your left breast for me?
Isn't that huge?
No, I just don't want to like touch it. It's about the mine are pretty small too, so.
You know, Eddie, there are certain things that like a patient or a SP can say that make you a little uncomfortable, but
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's alarming, but speaking of alarms, let's look at what happens when the alarm goes off and you have completely run out of time.
I have 2 kids.
Okay, how old are they?
25 and 28.
All right, I'm close to my age, actually.
Oh.
And
They're out of the house.
that's nice. I'm sorry, I'm being paged. I have to go take this, but I will be back in a little bit to finish this, okay?
This encounter is
Okay, I'm really sorry about that. Thank you for your understanding.
that's a perfect example, folks, of always being aware of your time, because certain things can come up when you're not really expecting, and you kind of start to ramble on and on. It's my pizza.
So I think what Andy was trying to get at there is Will has given us a great example of how to leave an encounter immediately. Just lie and say that you have a page coming, and you can just walk out once you hear that final timer. So for me and Andy, who is getting a pepperoni pizza out of the oven as we speak, I would like to thank our participants for giving us permission to use their videos. There are plenty more videos deep in the archives, but these people were brave enough to submit them to Sim Center Screw-Ups, and we really appreciate that. Good luck to the class of 2024, and we hope to see their screw-ups coming in 2021. Thank you.